Hello techies. Welcome to our brand new video series focused on helping you get the most of your experiences in life. Before we start the video, let's know about Upptalk. Upptalk is a live, interactive platform for software training, furnishing robust personalities who could take on universal business platforms.
Okay, so lot of categories are there. So these categories we can able to find under user permission and administrative permission. What is the difference between user permission, administrative permission? User permission is generally used to setting up the permission for the employees and for the managers. Okay, administrative, it is more with the managers as well as with the admins. Okay, so in both the sections you will be finding the equal categories, that is, user permission and administrative permission. User permission, administrative permission, both categories will be there. All the categories will be there. Module specific. Okay, so among those categories there are some standard categories which we need to understand. Okay, so we will be focusing on those standard categories. What are those standard categories? So those standard categories are divided into three parts: employee data, effective data entities and employee view. These are some standard categories. What is the benefit? What is the use of this category? These categories will help us to control the permissions in the employee profile. So when you want to control the permissions to the employee data in the employee profile, we will be using these categories: employee data, effective data, and employee view. Any questions here? No. Is it clear? Yes, okay, so these are the standard categories. What is the meaning of a standard category? All are the standard categories. Okay, but among that, the important categories, which is mainly used to control the permissions, which is related to the employee data, that is, the employee data, effective data and employee view. Okay, so now coming into this category. Before going into this category, we need to understand the behavior of the portlet. I think you know about the portlet, right? We have discussed about the portlet also. Had we heard the name portlet, section, subsection portlet in the employee profile? Yes. Right. So when you go into an employee profile, and let me take you into the employee profile by duplicating the screen. So when I take you into the employee profile, how the designing of the employee profile? Employee profile is also known as a people profile. Okay, sometimes these terms are commonly used, employee profile or the people profile. So when you go into the employee profile, you can see this content which you are seeing. These are the sections. Okay, personal info. Employment compensation, payroll time benefit, talent profile. Mainly up to here. This is the standard one. Okay, and every section will be having, you can see subsections. Okay, and every subsection will be connected with a portlet that you can see in the right side. Okay, and every portlet will be having some fields. Fields can be the standard. One can be the customer. Okay, so those fields is connected with a portlet. Portlet is connected with a subsection is connected with a section. Now to understand further. There are certain behaviors of the portlet. Some portlet is divided into effective dated portlet. Some portlet is divided into non-effective dated portlet. So what is an effective dated portlet and what is a non-effective dated portlet? Okay. So when you say that, what are the portlets which are the effective dated portlet? Effective dated portlets are the portlets which can maintain the historical data, which can maintain the history of the record. Okay, those portlets are called effective dated portlet. Now when you go into this personal information, you can see in the personal information you can see the icon you have edit icon also. You have a history icon also. Okay, so when you click on this history icon, you can see time to time, whatever the changes which has been made in the personal info that will be updated here. In this particular as a history, maintaining the history in this particular portlet. Okay, so it specifies that this portlet is a effective dated portlet. Okay, got it. So when you go and see, this is personal info. So again, if I go and take you something into address information, you can see address information. Also, you have the pencil icon and the clock icon. So it means what? Time to time, whatever the changes which you are making in this changes of the employee record you are making in that particular portlet. That will be maintained as a history in that particular portlet, because that is the behavior of that portlet, that it is a effective, dated portlet. Okay, but when you come into a non-effective dated portlet, it will not maintain the history. So when I will go into the contact information, you can see there is no history icon. Right, so if I click on here and if I choose a date and if I want to update it, so if you can see here. If I am just writing something here, it is just overwriting. Right, it is just overwriting. Okay, similarly when you go here in a biographic information. So when you go into a biographic information, you can see it will just overwrite it. So the portlets, when you go and see certain portlets are there under every subsection. When you see certain portlets are there under the compensation also. The portlet's behavior is divided into two parts. One is effective dated and one is non-effective dated. Effective dated portlet will maintain the history of the records time to time which is being changed in the employee profile. Non-effective dated portlets will not maintain the history of the record. Whatever changes you are maintaining, it will overwrite the previous record and it will get updated with the new record value. Okay, that is the non-effective dated portlet. So when you come back into our Excel, when I told that it is a non-effective dated and effective dated portlet. Coming into the categories which I told, that is, employee data, effective dated and employee view. So, whichever the category, whichever the portlet which are non-effective dated portlet that is coming under the employee data category. So what is the employee data says? It can manage to access to the non-effective dated portlet. We can grant the view and edit right. So in the employee data we can only maintain the view, access, and the edit. Okay for all the non-effective dated portlet fields. Okay, if you come to the Employee Central EC Effective Dated Portlet, it manages to access to effective dated fields and other actions. We can give grant to the view history, edit, insert, correct and delete permissions, so all these things can be controlled from the effective dated. Finally, these are the categories which is helping the portlet, which will help to control the permissions of the portlet. Okay, got it. So if I want to show you into the system when I go into the personal info. When you can see this is the effective dated. This has a history record. When you go here you can see you have edit option, delete option, and you have insert record, new record option. So all these things, how it is coming. It is coming from the effective dated portlet. Okay, non-effective, dated portlet only.
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us at sales@upptalk.com.